Hello everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my Ultimate Ironman account where I'm attempting to earn every piece of gear in the game from the weakest all the way up to the strongest, excluding a couple items of course. So I finished off the last episode at the blast furnace. We have quite a bit of smithing ahead of us. We do need to get to 73 smithing to make our next weapon upgrade for the ammunition slot, which is the adamant brutal. After that is made, we can finally use the Dortian crossbow, which is going to be a pretty good range training method for us. But I'll let you know now, the smithing grind is not the only thing we need to do this episode. There is another fairly long grind ahead of us, which I hope to tackle today. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you are enjoying the series, I would appreciate it if you left the video a like. Alright, let's get started. Now, one thing I really like about the blast furnace on an Ultimate Ironman is that I'm actually making money. Making money in an Ultimate Ironman is very slow, and my best alternative was maybe 150k an hour, and that was doing agility pyramid. But this maybe gets me 100k an hour, and it's actually giving me the smithing experience that I need. You can see we're already at 300k, and we need to go buy some more nature runes, but by the end of this, we could be up to maybe a mil, I don't know. I think it's going to take at least 10 hours. All right, we're going to go back to the desert and invest the rest of this into nature runes, and we'll see where that gets us. I don't know why this guy always has to pause and think about it every time you hop a world to try to buy nature runes. He takes a minute just to really take it all in, takes a sweet ass time, and then you can finally get the nature runes. Kind of a slow process, but unfortunately it's the only place that I can get them safely right now. There is a big smithing level. There is 65 smithing, a really nice milestone. Only 3 more levels to go, and then we can make the mithril plate bodies, which I think is going to increase our experience a significant amount. Right now we're getting around 80,000 XP an hour, and I think with mithril plate bodies we could get maybe 110,000, or at least that's what the wiki says. There is another smithing level. There is 66 smithing. I think I missed this one, but there's level 67 smithing, and this is going to be a very exciting level. We finally get to mix something up. This is going to be level 68 smithing, which now allows us to make mithril plate bodies, which overall are just going to be way better. Now the method that we need to do is a slight variant of this one. Instead of running 1 inventory of coal in, we need to do 2. So there's going to be a little bit more running, and the ores are a bit more expensive. I think it might be less money per hour potentially, but it's still going to be profitable, or at the very least break even. Well, I already managed to run out of nature runes. We blew through those very quickly. It only brought us up to 69 smithing, although we're pretty close to another level. There is level 70 smithing, a really nice level. Looks very clean. We can now make adamant ore, which we will actually need fairly soon here. Oh my god, how am I going to get adamant ore? Okay, we're going to worry about that after. There is level 60 magic. Actually, we've been passively getting a lot of magic experience. Well, not really passively, but we're getting about 20,000 magic experience an hour, which has gotten us quite a few magic levels. I think 5 or 6 at this point, which is another big benefit of this method because my magic level was fairly low. Level 71 smithing, only 2 more to go on this grind. We can now make an adamant axe, which isn't that useful, I suppose. There is a level 72 smithing, only 1 more level to go. There is level 61 magic, we can now teleport to Trollheim. There we go, guys. That is going to be the final run, and that is the smithing grind for now, completed. 73 smithing is what we needed to create the adamant nail. And I'm actually happy to have gotten the smithing grind out of the way because I think I may need it in the future, especially for melee gear, so really it can't hurt to do it now. The mithril plate bodies were giving me around 110,000 experience an hour when I was focusing, so it went fairly quickly, and that is 73 smithing. Now technically I need 74 smithing to make the nail, but we can just go buy a dwarven stout and get the +1 boost, and that will be totally fine for now. Right, so there actually is a fletching requirement to make the adamant brutal. It doesn't seem that bad at first. It's only 62 fletching, but fletching is really slow on an Ultimate Ironman, and the better fletching methods I can't really do yet. The better ones being winter taught, which I decided not to actually go ahead and do right away. And the other one is making broad arrows, which I, for one, don't have enough money for, and 2, I don't have that unlocked yet because I need to do some Slayer. So anyway, what this boils down to is my best fletching method, I think right now, is to make willow longbows and just drop them. And the benefit of this method is it's very AFK, and I can get a bunch of woodcutting experience as well. So it's not the end of the world, but I have another 10 hours of fletching ahead of me, which I definitely didn't think it was going to take that long. Okay, there's level 55 fletching, kind of mid-grind. One thing I did realize though is that there is a shop that sells adamant ore. It is the Tazar shop, which I hopefully will have access to without having to complete a fire cape or anything like that. And I'll be able to trade in for Tockle, which I can then exchange for adamant ore. Alternatively, I can kill a monster, or alternatively, I could get 70 mining, but fuck that. I've actually never gone to the Corsair Cove this way before. I wasn't even sure that I could without starting the quest, but we can. We're just doing a medium clue scroll because I'm getting quite a few clue bottles just from wood cutting. There is another casket. Let's go ahead and open it up. Ooh, that's very interesting. A holy blessing. Now I'm going to be honest here, I'm not really sure how that even fits in the gear progression. Regardless, it's probably the weakest blessing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get a gear upgrade right now. We're going to go make the Mithril Brutal, which we actually got the requirement for last episode, but we never got around to making it. So there we go, there is the Mithril Brutal completed. That is another gear upgrade. Only a few more to go before our blessed Bone Bolt is unlocked. Another interesting one here is we had to get a long kebbit spike, which if we use a chisel on it unlocks the long kebbit bolt, which was actually the next strongest ammunition slot item. A very strange one. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use this before. I think it's used with a hunter crossbow possibly. Okay, I lied actually. There's an item weaker than that. I forgot about it. And that is the silver bolt. And honestly, I didn't even know the bolt mold even existed. I don't know what you need that for because pretty much every other bolt you can just make via smithing normally, but whatever. There we go. That is going to be the silver bolt, which I think you can use to kill vampires potentially, but I've never equipped this item before in my life. So that is another gear upgrade completed. And the final gear upgrade before the Adamant Brutal is actually the Iron Javelin. And luckily this Void Knight archery store is coming in clutch with all of the javelins I'll ever need. But there is another gear upgrade. And that's it. We're now stuck at the Adamant Brutal, so we need to get that unlocked before we can move forward. So I'm not entirely sure what to do with the Holy Blessing yet, so I'm just going to chuck it in the looting bag for now. I'm not really low on space or anything, so it's not a big deal. There is level 63 woodcutting. It is kind of nice. I'm going to get a lot of woodcutting levels here. That being said, on an Ultimate Ironman, woodcutting is one of those skills that just gets leveled up passively because there's quite a few skills that revolve around it, mainly construction and, well, I guess fletching apparently. So yeah, we're getting around 20,000 fletching experience an hour and maybe around 30k woodcutting if we're focusing, which isn't a terrible total experience. And like I said, this is very AFK, so it's going to be a lot easier for me to do on the side. Okay, there was level 59 fletching. We've made a pretty big dent in this grind so far, only 3 more levels to go. I decided against boosting also for the fletching level because there's really no point, as I'll probably need higher fletching levels eventually anyway. And here is a pretty nice milestone level for fletching. That is 60 fletching. There is another pretty big milestone level. There is 65 woodcutting. We can now cut Sulliacept mushrooms, which will be pretty good once we unlock Fossil Island, which I think we could do it almost at any time now. Alright, we have another medium clue scroll, and in an epic location. If this is going to be Rangers, it's going to be this one. Actually, I do need a pair of those, so I will equip that, but really could have used the U shortbow or the U longbow even better. The odds of me getting one is probably 1 in 5. I don't know, it's a pretty high chance because there's only a 1 in 30 drop for either of them, and you get 3 to 5 rolls on the table. 61 fletching, only 1 more level to go, probably another hour and a half left, and we will be done with this grind. Now, if my calculations are correct, that is going to be it for the fletching grind for now. I mean, arguably, I probably will want to get 65 fletching for the U shortbow, but with how slow it is now, I don't think it makes sense to really focus on fletching because I can fairly easily get the magic shortbow, longbow, U shortbow, and longbow from clue scrolls. And at that point, fletching is less important and it's going to be a very big time investment otherwise. But the good news is we are done. That is 62 fletching. We can now make the Adamant Brutal, my god, and the Adamant Javelin apparently. Okay, so what I decided on is I would sell Chaos Runes for Tockle. We do 10 at a time, and we need 600 to buy 1 Adamant Ore, I believe. Okay, we're going to have to hop worlds a few times, potentially. Okay, so that should be enough. There we go. That is over 600 Tockle, 666 to be exact, my god. So we're going to run up here to the ore shop, and we should be able to buy an Adamant Ore directly here without having to... It's not there. Okay, I think we should be fine. I think it was just the wrong ore shop, possibly. I think the one down here might have an Adamant Ore in it. That's in the inner circle. Okay, I think we would need a fire cape for this method. Okay, so I guess I'm going back to option 1, which is going to be killing basilisks. Okay, another small problem I have is pretty much any monster I want to kill that drops adamant ore, I need an offhand item. So basilisks, I'll need the mirror shield. Green dragon, I need an anti-fire shield if I even wanted to do that. So realistically, I need a crossbow, and while I can buy the Dorkishan crossbow, and I'm going to do it, that's actually another gear upgrade, by the way. I never ended up buying this, I don't think. Looking pretty sweet. I now have one part of the puzzle. Next up is the bolt. Now speaking of the bolts, I don't have the bone bolt unlocked, and I don't have the iron bolt unlocked, which means the only option I have is the bronze bolt, which is actually a lot weaker than the iron bolt because it's a free-to-play item, and they had to make it weaker. So we're gonna have to kill basilisks with bronze bolts, which is gonna be pretty terrible. The good thing is we only need to kill maybe around 50 to hit the drop rate, and the plot thickens more. One thing I forgot about is the mirror shield. That is a shield. It's a melee shield, but I haven't actually unlocked it yet. So there's just a few things in between what I have now, which is the anti-dragon fire shield and the mirror shield, and the biggest obstacle is the Barudu shield, which means I have to come back to Taibai One Eye cleanup. Not happy about this, guys. What I need is a tribal mask as well as 8 snake skin. I am such an idiot. I totally misread that. I thought it said 8 snake skin and 2 nails, but it said 8 nails and 2 snake skin, so we went a little overboard there. To be fair though, it took me a while to get the Brutus shield. Okay, I think we've assembled all of the supplies necessary. Did we just use the hammer on the tribal mask? Yes, there we go. Brutus shield 10. I may actually keep this because it actually has a okay magic defense, and I don't think it has, actually okay, it gives negative ranged. And I actually did think of something I could do with the snakeskin. I will make it into a snakeskin bandana, as I did have to drop mine earlier when I was doing my smithing grind, but there we go. We can go ahead and drop this. Now, luckily, I think this shield shop here has all of the shields I need up to the mirror shield, which is very, no it doesn't, god damn it. Never has anything I need. Well, it does have one thing I need, which is the iron square shield. Now we just need the iron kite shield, the steel square shield, and the steel kite shield, which I guess I'll just have to go mine. I kind of feel like I'm completing one small favor here because I already forgot what I was trying to do. Okay, so first up here we need to make an iron kite shield. That is going to be a gear upgrade right there. Next up we're going to make one steel square shield. And finally we're going to make one steel kite shield. So now we've progressed far enough to equip the mirror shield, as the mirror shield has a defense of 15. So we'll go ahead and buy that, and now we can finally go ahead and kill some basilisks. Well, I guess this is going to be another gear upgrade once again. There's the mirror shield. Damn, that's actually kind of expensive. Anyway, we can now equip that bad boy, which realistically is actually a pretty good shield. It doesn't give any negative attack bonuses or anything as far as I can tell. And that is going to be our setup for killing the basilisk. Good. There's a safe spot. This is going to be a piece of cake. I think my max hit is like 9 or 10 with the bronze bolts, which is actually better than I thought. The bone bolts will probably increase my max hit by 5 or 6. It's going to be a huge difference. So really we just have to kill about 50 of these with these shitty bolts and we'll pretty much be good to go. And there we go. There's the adamantite ore after around 70 kills. I also got over 100 nature runes as well. Alright, at long last, I think I have everything I need to make the adamant brutal. I'm definitely a bit nervous that I have forgotten something, but let's do it. So first up here, we need to drink the dwarven stout, make the adamant nails. Where are you at? There we go. Crafted the adamant nails. Perfect. I made a few flighted arrows, and now we're going to add the adamant nails to it. There we go. We have 8 adamant brutals. And wow, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I think overall maybe 25 hours, 30 hours maybe for that grind, just for the adamant brutal. So that is the main requirement out of the way. Let's just go ahead and get the last 2 items done quickly and get our bone bolt. The last 2 items that I need are the Harlander tar and a iron bolt, which we can go ahead and do very quickly. We just went ahead and killed a few chaos druids just to get the Harlander. So I made the Hairlander tar already, and now we're going to go ahead and make the iron bolt. And that is it. We are done. We can now buy a bone bolt legitimately from Nardog. Well, I can't believe it, guys. We are done. We can finally buy the bone bolts. Where is that stupid goblin? Hello, Nardog. Let's get me some bone bolts, and finally we'll actually have like a legitimate weapon setup. These are for 100, right? So there is 2,000 shots from the Dorgian crossbow. Let's equip them. Perfect. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do some Slayer next. Anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna end it for today. I got a very long grind over with, all the way to 73 smithing and 62 fletching for the bone bolt, which are awesome, by the way. Our max hit is like 13 or 14 now as opposed to 9. So a huge DPS increase. And we're going to be rocking the bone bolts for quite a while because fletching is slow, but we're going to work on unlocking better fletching methods for the next episode so we can really expedite that process a bit. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, I would appreciate it if you left a video like, and if you have any feedback, I would appreciate it if you left a comment. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.